Hey, ladies and gentlemen, we're back. No early show today. I have been sitting here watching political crap all day, waiting for this bill to pass earlier. Unfortunately, it did pass, and if you are a if you're a proponent of quitting smoking, you are screwed in this country for the next, I don't know, 3 years, something like that. So it was not a good day for anyone on that side of politics. But we're here to do true crime, so let's do that. Let me set it up, and then I'll say hello. So this is actually very interesting. For the first time, Diana Kojakari named as suspect in daughter's disappearance. You'll remember a couple of weeks ago, she had a original court case settled that kind of it got fixed up and she was released. But now the cops, the Cornelius Police Department, are naming her as a suspect in her daughter's disappearance for the first time. And that is very good news because there is still a little girl missing out there somewhere for a very long time. She's missed a couple of birthdays, big events, I don't know, other things you could think of. And no one seems to know where she is. And that is very concerning. I mean, how often do we just go, sure, you know, young girl, just missing, no one cares. I think we all care and we'd all like to know what happened to her. So I'm going to play the little video and then I'm going to keep setting up for you. Hold on.
Well, we begin at 5 here with some major breaking news. In just the last 2 hours, Cornelius police have now said Diana Kojakari is a suspect in the disappearance of her daughter, Madalena. We thank you for joining us. I'm Vanessa Rufus.
And I'm Nick Sertivant in for Colin Mayfield. Let's get right over to WCNC Charlotte anchor Jane Monreal. And Jane, what are you learning at this hour?
Well, Nick and Vanessa, this is the flyer that police just put out on social media. A version of it also sent in Romanian. And from what we can tell, this is the first time police have referred to Diana as a suspect specifically tied to the disappearance. We're working to verify that with Cornelius police. This news comes just a month after Diana pleaded guilty to not reporting her daughter missing back in 2022. And that was the only charge that she was facing. Madalena's stepfather, Christopher Palmer, was found guilty by a jury shortly after. Both Diana Kojakari and Christopher Palmer are currently out of jail. Now, Madalena was last seen getting off a school bus in November of 2022. Diana Kojakari and Christopher Palmer did not report her missing until weeks later. But guys, this is a rapidly developing situation. We have reached out to Cornelius police to get more information about what this means in their investigation, but they have asked anyone with information to call detectives. Vanessa and Nick?
All right, thank you, Jane. So a lot of questions in this investigation.
Absolutely.
I was sitting here going, what is that noise? And I could hear this noise and I was like, what is that? And I look over there and the cat is curled up in a ball snoring. And I was like, oh, that's what it is. It's the cat snoring on the table over there. Very, very concerning. Here's that poster they had released from the Cornelius Police Department. There you go, missing juvenile Madalena Kojakari. There's her mother, there's her. And then it says here, police continue to seek information on the whereabouts of Madalena, who hasn't been seen since November 21st, 2022. Her mother, Diana, is considered a suspect in her disappearance. Well, yeah, who else could it be? There really is no one else. The police have been trying to crack this for quite a while, and they just don't seem to be getting very far. I don't know what it is, but yeah, they just don't seem to be able to find that right piece of information that can get them to that missing girl. It says here, Kojakari and her husband Christopher were both arrested in December 2022 after Failing to report the disappearance of then the 11-year-old girl, Kojikari was released from jail in May after pleading guilty and being sentenced to time served. Christopher was released on a bond months ago and was found guilty at trial on the same charge and sentenced to 30 months supervised probation. So they're both out now. And it says here the county indicates that Christopher filed for divorce from Diana last week, but locals reportedly have seen the couple together in the you know, recent couple of weeks. Says here Madalena was last seen at Bailey Middle School in Cornelius in late November 2022. Her mother didn't report her missing until December 15th when a school resource officer came asking, like, where is the little girl and why hasn't she been at our school every day? At his trial, Christopher, Madalena's stepfather, said he believed his wife had sort of squirreled the girl away in hiding. Okay. Says here, I think he said in his trial, I think Diana took her somewhere. I believe Diana has her tucked away somewhere where she's not going to be found. Like a grave? That's a hiding place. Um, yeah, I don't know. She is a very pretty girl, right? She's missed a couple of birthdays, I think now. November 21, 2022. What's her birthday? I don't have it here. Hold on. Madalena. When was her birthday? She was born April 11th, 2011 in Moldova. And so it was April 11th, 22, 23, 24. So she's missed almost 3 birthdays? 3? So she's missed a lot of family time that, a little kid her age would be, very excited about, especially turning, what, 13 or something like that? If she was 11 when she went missing, she would have turned 11 that year. She'd be 12 in that year, 12, 13. Yeah, she'd be 13 this year. Wait, 20, yeah, 3, 4. Yeah, so just a couple of months ago, she would have turned 13 years old. And, what young teen wouldn't be excited to be 13 years old and celebrating with friends? So I find that a bit weird. Shad says, "What's up with all the kids lately?" I feel like every day we have new children that go missing. Now, I think this personally is a push from the police department to put some pressure on Diana. I think they really want to start pressuring her and seeing what happens when they start tightening those screws on her. And hopefully it'll maybe someone saw her, maybe someone saw her do something weird. Should call it into police and let them know. All right, that's that one. I'm gonna check for an update on a different one. We've had heaps of news today, including Julian Assange or Assange, however you pronounce it here. He finally made it to that island. He was in court today, pled guilty. He is now a free man. He's on a plane to Australia right now. So if you've been following the Julian Assange case, he is on a plane to Aussie land. He's going to land in Canberra, the political capital of Australia, a bit later today, I think, from what I read. So if you're following that, you can probably find a live stream when he touches down in Australia. All right. Hold on. By the way, I heard today if you're in Nebraska, there was a massive tornado that went through Nebraska today, and it was unwarned, meaning the National Weather Service did not have a warning out for it, and it destroyed a bunch of farming and crops and people's barns and things like that. So, if you're in Nebraska, hope you were safe out there. Okay, ABC 4 News in Utah. Okay, so this is very sad. They said a canine officer, so a doggy, dies after being left in hot car overnight in Missouri. It says the Savannah, Missouri Police Department confirmed on Monday that one of its canine officers died last Thursday after being left in a hot car overnight. According to the Savannah Chief of Police, David Vincent, canine officer Horace died after completing his overnight patrol shift in the small town where he had worked for 3 years. Vincent said the death is under investigation right now. Due to this being an open investigation, there'll be no further information released until the investigation is complete. The entire department would appreciate your thoughts and prayers as we deal with the loss of our partner, Horace. So they're just saying that somehow he was left in a car for such a long time that the heat got to him and he passed away. That has to be someone who was negligent. I mean, how do you leave the dog in the car? I mean, you're supposed to be your like dog version of a partner. Hey, Robbie, how are you? I thought they had special vehicles in America too, the canine vehicles. Let me see, canine officer Horace. Let's see if we can find anything. Fox News. No. Fox 8 News? Let's have a look. I got a photo of him here. There's a photo of him. And it says the name or status of the law enforcement officer responsible for him has not been released at this time, apparently. They're not saying what or how or why. I'm just trying to see if they have anything on their Facebook page. Nope, I don't see anything. No, they do have other lost dogs on their page, but that's all. All right. Don't We'll have to wait for the investigation, but very sad to see a dog that is in service pass away. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what happens after their investigation. She mentioned it too. I mean, we both love animals, so. But how very sad. Someone actually sent this to me in email. So I was like, oh, not a dog that died, even if it is a working dog. I'm also going to show you something, an update from Australia. Where is it? It's about these people that died yesterday, 4 people that died in the home. And then we're going to talk a little bit about the Lynn trial as well. Where is it? All right, we can do that. And then this. So it says here, chilling new details have emerged about the unusual deaths of 4 people inside a Melbourne home. And it says Michael Hodgkinson, 32, was one of 4 people discovered in the lounge room of a unit in northern suburb of Broadmeadows just before 2 p.m. on Tuesday. And they're saying here, they were discovered when someone looked in a window and saw people lying on the ground motionless. He said when he saw them motionless and they did not respond to a knock on the window, he smashed the window to gain access and then contacted emergency services. You know, I was looking today, they still are unsure exactly what the cause of death of these people are. And there's been no update. Here, there was actually an update 44 minutes ago. They say police are investigating whether 4 people found inside a Melbourne home overdosed from the highly potent synthetic opioid fentanyl. About 2 a.m. on Tuesday, neighbor Corey Lewis knocked on the door of the Broadmeadows home, then peered inside a window when no one answered. He could see the bodies of one of the deceased people, so he broke a window to gain access to the home and made the distressing discovery. Hey, but according to information I read, the family said that the people involved in this were um, not drug takers. They might have smoked some weed or marijuana or whatever, but they weren't heavy drug users. So that contradicts what a lot of other people are saying. They said here, Detective Inspector Thomas said police had not ruled out anything and were keeping an open mind as they investigated whether 4 people died from a drug overdose or carbon monoxide poisoning from a heater. It would not surprise me if it was carbon monoxide. It is freezing down here right now, like absolutely freezing. So 2 a.m. in the morning, it would be icy. So I would not be surprised if they had a heater inside. Um, they said it's very unpleasant, and for the person to have found them there, it was very confronting and traumatic, and of course for the families of the deceased. Police said they found items at the home could be drug paraphernalia, but they needed to be examined before any conclusions can be drawn from it. They said a fentanyl overdose is certainly something we are mindful of and something we are aware of, but however, definitely one way or another that was involved, we have to keep an open mind. Basically saying that they're still not 100% sure and things need to go through sufficient testing first, especially when you get 4 people that pass away in the same home with no alert being raised. No one, no one called police. No one called family. Nothing. So today they are still investigating. Yeah. Hey Sean, how are you? Good to see you. Yeah. So I don't know. We'll have to wait for the police to finish their investigative, whatever, and get back to the press with what happened. I'm sure a lot of people are waiting on it. Okay. All right. We have an update. A Florida man. Okay. Let me grab this. All right. NBC News. Help us out. Hey. It says a suspect in a triple homicide case in Florida was shot and killed after engaging in a shootout with officers as he was traveling to Georgia, where police believe he intended to kill someone else. Javonte Bryce, 28, was identified by witnesses in the shooting of 2 women on Monday night, according to the Bradenton Police Department and the Manatee County Sheriff's Office. They found a 48-year-old woman deceased at a Motel 6 location after receiving calls of shots fired at 9:15 p.m. on Monday. Witnesses say Bryce arrived and shot his mother before fleeing the scene. Less than half an hour later, deputies responded to a different shots fired in Palmetto. A 29-year-old woman was shot while sitting in a parked SUV and died despite life-saving measures taken by law enforcement. Bryce was also identified by witnesses in that particular shooting, according to details. At 10 p.m., he was identified as the gunman who shot a woman in the face at a home in Bradenton. She later died at a local hospital. So he just went around shooting different women, apparently. I don't know why, but apparently that's what he felt like doing. Let's see if we can find anything else about his time in Georgia. No, that's his name. All right, here's the update for it.
All right, we're going to get to some breaking news into the 10 Tampa Bay newsroom right now. Manatee deputies are investigating a triple homicide.
Deputies tell 10 Tampa Bay 3 women are dead and the man responsible is also dead. This all happening after investigators say he shot at deputies.
10 Tampa Bay reporter Andrea Lyon joining us live from that scene. And Andrea, deputies are telling you this is a multi-scene situation for them right now.
Yeah, good morning, Caitlin and Jameson. I'm actually still about 20 minutes away from that scene. It's a good a chunk of travel away from Tampa, about 45 minutes at least. But let's get to some video right away. Here's what we know right now. Deputies responded to the Motel 6 on 67th Avenue around 9:15 last night. When deputies arrived on the scene, that's when they found a 48-year-old woman dead. And witnesses at the scene told deputies the male suspect, Javante Bryce, came to the motel and shot and killed his mother. Deputies are still working to figure out why, and deputies believe Javante then left. 25 minutes later at 9:40, deputies were called to a deadly shooting on 26th Street Court East. There, deputies found another woman. She was 29, shot inside of an SUV. Deputies attempted life-saving measures there, but she died an hour later around 10:50. And then witnesses identified Javante Bryce as that shooter. Now, Jameson and Caitlin, while investigating those 2 cases, deputies received another call about another shooting in Bradenton. Deputies say the same suspect, Javante Bryce, the man we've been talking about, shot another female. She later died at the hospital as well. And when it comes to Bryce, a bolo was then issued for his vehicle, and they were able to find him all the way up in Hamilton County. If you don't know where that is, that's near the state line. At 1:30 this morning, Bryce was then shot and killed after he fired at Hamilton County deputies. And
I mean, he just went and shot like 3 different people at point blank range. I don't know what you were expecting. Do you think he was just gonna give up the weapon to cops and be like, "Hey, that's okay. I just shot 3 people, murdered a couple. Do you want my gun? Would you like it back? Here, take my gun." Yeah, busy but dead. Busy but dead. It says here as well, when he apparently his sister later told investigators that he had been acting very strange. One point while there at his sister's place, he asked if he could take a shower, which they declined. Yeah, I often decline people taking showers too. Says here in a social media post that has garnered thousands of likes on Tuesday morning, Bryce appeared to post updates as he murdered his loved ones, according to the sheriff's office. I have those. Hold on. Let me take a photo of this and then I'll upload it for you so you can see. Yeah, it looks like he was posting on Facebook or Twitter, just like, bye, whoever. See ya. Sorry that had to be done. Where's my thing? There we go. Come on, StreamYard. There you go. He says, "I love you, Bay." And then he says, "See you in hell." And then he says, "Pig, I love you, but you had to go." Aren't they lovely messages from a murderer? Just warmed your heart. It also says here, when he approached one of the women, he said he walked into that hotel room, looked at his mother, and said, "I'm sorry." She asked, "What did you do?" And he shoots her 3 times in front of her boyfriend and 2 young juveniles. He also approached another woman and he said something like, "I'm sorry, but you have to die," and shot her as well. Let me find that quote. Here. He went to his ex-girlfriend, looked at her in the face and said, "I have to kill you." Somehow the sister was able to talk him down and talk him out of shooting his ex-girlfriend. So seems like he was on some sort of a shooting spree or mission to try and kill a lot of the relatives or loved ones of his. It says deputies with Manatee County Sheriff's Office said they responded to a shooting around Monday about 9:15 p.m. at that motel. Deputies arrived. They said they found that woman dead from a gunshot wound, and that was his mom. Yeah, his mother. Her name is. Oh man, how am I going to do this? Where's Danny when I need him? Misha Scott? I'm probably saying that wrong. And she was only 48 years of age, pretty young. I'm going to put it in the chat in case Danny pops up. That's how her name is spelt. I have no idea how to pronounce that. Hold on. Yeah, it says here. They were at his cousin's house, or yeah, at his cousin's home in Palmetto for a cookout. Wells said that Javonte shot his cousin as she was getting into her car to leave the property. And it says 3 women killed in Manatee County, deputies say. It says while investigating the other shootings, deputies received information about another shooting shortly before 10 p.m. in Bradenton. As officers with the police department arrived, they said they learned that Bryce had shot an adult woman before fleeing the area. Police say this woman was taken to HCA Florida Blake Hospital, where she died of her injuries. The woman, Wells said, was identified as Sherelle Carter and was the new partner of an ex-girlfriend. Okay. It says Manatee County Sheriff's Office issued a statewide BOLO for his vehicle, and they said they finally caught up with him near the state line. Detectives learned that he was traveling to Georgia with the intent to kill another person. This person, Wells said at a press conference on Tuesday, was probably another ex-girlfriend. So he really had it out for all the women in his life, apparently. They said around 1:30 a.m. on Tuesday morning, deputies with the Hamilton County Sheriff's Office pulled him over, at which point Wells said Bryce got out of the car and started firing at officers. Deputies shot and killed him in return fire. So that was the end of that story. Oh, that's a weird point. They said a woman was with him when he was pulled over near the state line and may have been with him during all of the other alleged shootings earlier on. They said we don't know her relation to him at this point, but she was in the car when the shootout took place. They could have killed her too by accident from exchange of gunfire very easily. Seems like, yeah, he just I don't know. I don't know why you would want to drive to Georgia to kill an ex-girlfriend. But let me see what else I can find on Mr. Javonte. Killing spree ends with... Yeah, here, I can show you the press conference. Come on, ABC.
So we believe initially that this all started sometime before 9 o'clock when Mr. Bryce traveled to the Palmetto Trace apartments in Palmetto, in the city of Palmetto. Inside one of those apartments was his sister and a mother of one of the many children that Mr. Bryce has. When he walked into the apartment, he looked at the ex-girlfriend and said, "I have to kill you." Somehow the sister was able to talk him down and talk him out of him shooting this ex-girlfriend. She later told investigators that he was acting very strange, not really sure what was going on with him. At 9:17 p.m., we know that he traveled to the Motel 6 in East Bradenton. Inside one of those rooms was his mother, his mother's boyfriend, and two young juvenile sisters. He walked into that hotel room, looked at the mother and said, "I'm sorry." She asked, "What did you do?" And he shoots her 3 times in front of the boyfriend and these two innocent young juveniles. He then travels into Palmetto to the 900 block of 26th Street East. One of his cousins was at a cookout at this residence. She's starting to get into her vehicle to leave. He then shoots her at that location. She later dies about an hour after this shooting at a local hospital. We then have him traveling into the city of Bradenton over the Green Bridge. And at roughly 10:04 p.m., he travels to a location in the city of Bradenton, the 4800 block of 51st Street East. This is a residence where another ex-girlfriend lives and her now new partner. He does not shoot or kill the girlfriend, but he shoots and kills the new partner. So at this point, we now have 3 homicide scenes and also an ag assault scene at Palmetto Trace. Investigators are constantly getting information. We know right away that the suspect is Javante Bryce. The family has been very cooperative. They tell us exactly what's going on. We find out that he possibly has another ex-girlfriend in the state of Georgia and that he's now traveling to that state to kill her. We put out a statewide BOLO. Luckily, sheriff deputies with the Hamilton County Sheriff's Office spots the vehicle that Mr. Bryce is driving. They stop him. He immediately gets out of the car and starts firing upon them. They return fire, shooting and killing him there in Hamilton County. And that's where everything ends. So we believe initially that this all started sometime before 9 o'clock when Mr. Bryce traveled to the Palmetto Trace apartments in Palmetto, in the city of Palmetto. Inside one of those apartments was his sister and a mother of one of the many children that Mr. Bryce has. When he walked into the apartment, he looked at the ex-girlfriend and said, "I have to kill you." Somehow the sister was able to talk him down and talk him out of him shooting this ex-girlfriend. She later.
All right. This police officer or sheriff's officer, how awesome he is with his white hair and white beard, takes a really, long time to explain what he's trying to say. So instead of keeping you here for another hour or so, well, I don't know how long it said. I think it said an hour and 20 minutes or something.
Later told investigators that
I don't know. It says it's over an hour. I will just post a link to it if you want to watch the rest of it because it is quite long. You guys can do that. There you go, ABC News for you. If you can't see the chat, there you go. Yeah, Flying DJ says, reminds me of Beavis and Butthead where they find a golf ball and pronounce it. Is it? Yeah, I get it. Yeah, they're always with the boobs on Beavis and Butthead. All right. I'm going to leave that one there because I don't have too much more. Interesting it didn't make national news. I really thought it would, but not really. It's confined to mostly local news. Yeah. So I do want to go even more local to Illinois, and I have never used this website before on the show, but I thought it was interesting. Came across my Twitter today. It is a man called Doug Reed who is missing from Illinois. Last seen June 18th. That's a while ago. June 18th. So last Tuesday was the last time he was seen. He was last seen 1:55 a.m. on June 18, 2024. Is at Mattoon, Illinois. Was last seen near Gardner Excavating, heading east on Old State Road. He may also be in a bunch of different other places in Illinois. Doug is without necessary medication and may seem disorientated. He is listed as a missing and endangered person by the police department, which is uncharacteristic of him. He has distinctive marks including a purple cross tattoo on a wrist and colored scripture tattoo on his right forearm. He was last seen wearing a flannel shirt, jeans, and khakis, a denim cap, boots, and carrying a dark colored backpack. Okay, so he could literally look like any other, you know, 30-year-old guy in the Midwest. He could look like anyone. But there's a photo of him. I don't have too much more other than this, but it is a bit weird. 1:55 a.m. in the morning on a Tuesday morning. What was he doing at 2:55 a.m.? I mean 1:55 a.m. They said authorities are searching for 30-year-old Doug Reed. They said, "Have you seen him? Authorities in Illinois have been actively seeking any information that could lead to the whereabouts of Doug. With the community's help, we could be one step closer to bringing him home safely. If you have seen him or have any leads, don't hesitate to reach out to the police department at 271 235 235 5451. They said, yeah, he was last seen near Gardner Excavating heading east on Old State Road. Okay, let's have a look. that's hurtful. The company Gardner Excavating, when you look it up in Google, it has a 1-star review. One. You get 1 star, that's all. It says, this company has no respect for residents or commercial property. They block my vehicles in for 3 days in both my front and back driveways. They will not notify you about them being on your property. Drive heavy equipment creating ruts, then leaving it for you to fix at your expense as they trespass on your property. I highly do not recommend this company, even if they are subcontracted out by others. On top of that, they have driven over residents' water meters and bored through city water and sewer lines, creating many issues around the town. So they are obviously a great company, according to locals. Apparently, the locals love them. But let's have a look where this is. Old State Road, yeah. There's the excavating. So there's that company they said he was right next to. This is the Gardner Excavating LLC, and there's Old State Road. So if we zoom out, wow, there's really not a lot around unless you go into town down here. Wow, there's what is this, farming land? That looks like somewhere you might farm at some point and put vegetables or crops or something at some point. But what's this place here? So you have a storage place next door. And what's this one? Another factory or something. But other than that, you don't have a lot in the area, and it's a very straight road. You're either going this way or you're going this way. You ain't going anywhere else. So unless you got to this interstate, then you got into town. But what was he doing on this road at 2 a.m. in the morning? Like, you're almost asking to be hit by a car. What is Brookstone Estates of Mattoon South? What is that? Brookstone Estates. All right. Hey, stop hitting me. What is it? Like a more older people home? Is that where they live? Let's have a look. Discover the best communities that fit your needs. Okay, yeah, it's a place for older people to live. So if you were an older person who lives in a home, that's what it would be. I like that they have this photo of old people playing, or older people, sorry, playing rock and roll guitar. I'm not kidding. Let's see if I can find it for you. They don't show it in this. Oh, yeah, yes, they do. Hold on. They obviously have a great time at this home. They really rock out on a Sunday afternoon while eating their dinner or whatever. They've got a dude on a guitar. This guy is obviously lead singer of the band. They do Christmas time. People, workers dressing up as reindeer for the residents, I guess. 4th of July, maybe you get a sparkler. So that big place that we saw on the map is a very clean looking place. Very nice. Probably need a lot of money. It looks like something out of a movie here. So that is there. That's this big place right there. You would think if he was here and he walked anywhere around here, you know, our older generation love a good early morning walk. They like a good walk. So or just looking out their windows. You would think there are window bays here. Look at this. There's one there, all the way up. If someone and here too, maybe someone would have seen him if he was around here. But then God, that place is huge. They have another one up here. There's one here. There's a bit of it here that looks like a church. There's another one here. But other than that, it's mostly farming land or second ministry, second ministry Baptist church. So another church and more farming land. You can see where the tractor went through it, doing loops. So not much around unless you can get back into sort of the residential area over here. I don't know where he could be. I mean, I have no idea where you go from this location at 2 a.m. in the morning, unless someone picked you up, unless you hopped in a car with someone. Because if you're walking, it's a bit of a distance. See, if you're there, you'd have to walk all the way somewhere down here, keep going. You get past that place, and you keep going. More farms, and I think you can get into town. Yeah. So go up here, and then you end up in town. You end up in Blink Charging Station, whatever that is. And a Chrysler dealership. Okay. And what's this place? They don't have a supermarket here? Oh, they do. KC, no, that's a Nissan Mazda. And just other businesses. All right. So if he went one way, he'd end up in farmland. He goes the other way, he ends up in a place that has a whole bunch of car dealerships. What would he do at 2 a.m.? Steal a car? I don't know. Yeah, that was definitely Mick Jagger visiting a an isolated Illinois nursing home. I know that place does look nice, right? It literally looks like something out of a Hollywood movie that you would see, on TV. Ah, really? Sean says my dad is in a choir and they go to a local nursing homes to sing and get people to, get up and dance and move around. I could see that. No, it's fairly new. He's only gone missing on the 18th of June. So let me see if I can find anything else about Mr. Doug Reed. The local Times/Gazette has some information on him. Oh, what the hell? Apparently, his family has posted an update. Okay, another update from the 25th. That was today. 10:30 a.m. Police believe that Doug Reed was last seen on Saturday, June 22nd now, not the 18th, in the early hours of the morning walking in Dayton, Ohio, near the Sinclair Community College. If he is still on foot, he will most likely be within 60 to 100 miles of that area. With that being said, it has been 3 days since the last sighting, so he could have gone anywhere. Please continue to be on the lookout. So is he hitchhiking? Let's see what they say. I wonder if he's hitchhiking. That would make some sense of where he might be. There's a different photo of him. Let me see where this place is. Dayton, Ohio, near Sinclair Community College. All right. How far away is that from where he was? Okay, that is one community. Okay, down there. All right. There's Indiana, Louisville, Illinois, Ohio. Okay. Uh, so he would have to go pretty far. It's a hell of a journey. All right. It's saying here it's about a 4-hour car ride, and you'd have to go through Indianapolis to get there, to get to Dayton. So this is where Old State Road. So this is where Old State Road is, I'm guessing. Hopefully it's giving me the right direction. And you have to go all the way through here, through Marshall, all the way up through here, all the way, keep going, up into Indianapolis, and then all the way through, you keep going. And, well, that's not it. No. And then you end up over here. It's bloody ages away. So, hold on, we lost that. I'll get it back. Let's see. Old State Road to Ohio. To Ohio, Dayton. Yeah, it's definitely a while away. Hold on, let's change it to walking. All right. Change it to walking. right? So if you walked this, it says it would take 86 hours, almost 90-hour walk, and it is 236 miles in distance. That is a long walk. Maybe that's what he wanted. He wanted a long walk. So apparently he's down here somewhere, down near, right there. There's Sinclair Community College right there. And that's the last place he was spotted, was around here. So I don't know. I don't know how you have to hitchhike, right? There's no way you could walk 230 miles in 26, 20, like 5 days. Is that possible? Yeah, it had to have been hitchhiking, right? That's what I think too. Yeah, I don't think you can go that long. Yeah, maybe he got inspired by the movies and then took off. Hey Kim, how are you? Good to see you. Hey Sienna, it's good to have you back. Hey Brenda, you having a good day, Brenda? I hope you are. All right, let me see. Thanks, Mr. Gambler. Thank you for that. Hold on, let me see what you're saying. Oh, okay. Gambler says in the Elijah Vu case, the mother, well, it's a loose term, Katrina, they're saying the lawyer for the mother of missing 3-year-old child says sides may have reached a resolution in the case. A resolution? A scheduling conference has been set for July 1. A resolution? Unless you were giving up the body of where your son is, I don't know what kind of resolution you could get. Come on. I don't. Yeah, up here. Here, is this a thing?
Today marks 4 months since 3-year-old Elijah Boo was reported missing in Two Rivers. Now, the toddler's mother, Katrina Bauer, and her boyfriend, Jesse Vang, are facing child neglect charges in connection to Elijah's disappearance.
Now, his mother appearing in court today, where her attorney hinted at a possible resolution to the case. Fox 11's Emily Matesic brings us the latest.
Dinosaurs and teddy bears still sit outside the Two Rivers apartment building where Elijah Vu was reportedly last seen on February 20th. His missing person posters continue to hang in storefront windows in Manitowoc County, too.
It's like he's still missing, and you still have to participate and remind people that he is still there. I mean, his family is missing him, and I hope he's missing them. I hope that's the direction.
It's been an agonizing 4 months for the Manitowoc County community, many holding out hope the boy will be found. Now, 4 months later,
it's a sad situation all around, and that's the best way to put it, I guess. It's terribly sad when a small child goes missing in our community.
In an update posted to social media this week, the Two Rivers Police Department said law enforcement searches for the boy continue locally, as well as in the Wisconsin Dells and Portage areas. Federal authorities are following leads too. All of this while the wheels of justice are still turning. Vu's mother's attorney appearing in Manitowoc County Court via Zoom Thursday afternoon for a status conference. The attorney hinting to a possible resolution to the child neglect charges Katrina Bauer is facing.
I need to speak with Ms. Bauer. We may have a resolution. I'm not 100% sure.
The district attorney said she's prohibited from speaking about an open case. So when I asked her if the resolution Bauer's attorney referenced in court was some sort of plea agreement, she said she couldn't answer. We could learn more when Bauer is back in court on July 1st.
I can't imagine they would allow her to have a plea deal without her giving up what she knows about where Elijah is today. It would have to be put into that plea agreement that she cooperates with all investigations by the Manitowoc, police or whatever, and she honestly answers questions from detectives or whatever. That's how they normally do it. I can't imagine they would, yeah. I can't imagine they'd want her out doing interviews on TV and whatever, speaking about Elijah when they don't know where he is. I don't see that. Not with the way that, that sheriff has been doing this particular investigation. I can't envision that being a real thing. Yeah, it's got to be something like that. Like she's willing to give everything she knows about what happened to him. Maybe she doesn't know where he is, but she knows that Jesse did something and she's able to provide that to police in exchange for a plea deal. Possibly. We'll see. We'll see. It's on July 1. So next Monday. Next Monday, we'll find out uh, if she has a plea deal in place. Who knows? But thanks, Gambler. I appreciate it.
Reporting in Manitowoc.
There you go. It's done. Yeah. Just trying to see if it says anything else. That's a weird photo of Jesse Vang. Why is he so green? What happened here? Someone got a little artistic with the court camera. They're like, let's use the inverse colors for him. Let's make him look really colorful. Yeah, it is better than nothing. Better than nothing. I think the victims, other family members of Elijah would probably say no to a plea deal as well if she wasn't willing to give up everything she knew about what happened to Elijah or like sort of the days surrounding his disappearance, for sure. Hey, Brenda. Happy to share in chat. Okay, sounds good. Robbing him for hurting the poor baby. Maybe. Yeah, you can read it at here. Where is it? This is the link that Gambler gave me. Here you go. It cut it off. Don't know if that'll work, but no, not that one. That one. You can probably Google it and find it. Hey, Cheat No More. How are you? He looks like a pistachio ice cream cone. Maybe we can call him Pistachio from now on. It is a weird photo. Someone got their Photoshop confused. There you go. Although that image is quite frightening. I'm sorry for people at home. I don't mean to traumatize you. He is a very scary individual. All right. Let me just have a look. I just want to have a quick look through the comments for the missing guy we were just talking about. Because it looks like family members or someone has been leaving updates for people. Damn it. Don't you hate this? Look at this. $1 for 6 months. Buddy, I will probably use your website literally one time for this particular page and I will never come back again. I am not subscribing to your webpage. I'm not doing it. Let me Google him a bit more. Da, da, da. Doug Reed. Yeah, very odd. Hold on, everyone. Someone has been updating. Must be a family member. Da da da. Let me head to Twitter. "25 minutes ago from" okay, News Talk 1280 AM, WGBF AM. Who is that? I have no idea. It's like Heartland Radio. Says here, authorities are searching for 30-year-old Doug Reed from Illinois. Have you seen him? Yeah. Maybe in Decatur, Champaign, or Effingham in Illinois. He's without his normal medication and may be disorientated. Yeah, well, now the last update we have is that he was seen on the 22nd. Who is Trinity Scott? She's a child? 15. I don't know that one. We'll look that one up after we finish this. Yeah, the detail from the Facebook here says that definitely he was seen on the 22nd in Dayton, Ohio. So definitely seen. See, there you go. From Kristen Dolan. Kristen Dolan said another update location 25th of the 6th, 10:30 a.m. They said police believe Doug was last seen on Saturday, June 22nd in the early hours of the morning in Dayton, Ohio near Sinclair Community College. They said he'll most likely be in a 60 to 100 mile radius of this area. He was in a 230-mile radius of where he went missing from. So that opens up a huge area of space to go look for him. All right, let's look up this particular girl. Trinity Scott. I can find barely anything on her. No, I can't find anything on her. Yeah, I don't see anything about her. When I search it online, I get no update for her here. This is the only page that has it. She's been missing since July 11th, 2023 from Rockford, Illinois. But when you Google it, you get nothing. I get no answer about who she is, why she went missing, where she might be today. Nothing. Hey, Diamond Heart, how are you? Good to have you back. Good to have you back. All right. All right. All right, let's go. Let's get off Illinois. And I'll try find you something else. I'm not going to talk about Karen Reed, although pretty cool that it's finally in verdict watch. I hope it is a much quicker verdict than the Lynn trial. That Lynn trial took forever. I think it was only when the judge actually said, "Hey, you don't have to find both these you don't have to do both the charges with the same, verdict." They were like, "Oh my god, thank God. We can just split the verdict." I think they were really stressing about it, and that's sort of what, kept them for about, you know, 2 weeks or 2 work weeks or whatever. They really were trying to figure that portion of it out. Um, I did see a little bit more about Jocelyn. Her mum did a small press conference today, but I'm just not sure if I'm not sure if Trish showed you or not. Yeah, it was 9 hours ago, yep. Yeah, because those guys were in court today. Where is it? Here.
We appreciate your time here. We want to take you now out to Houston, Texas, a story that we've been following since last week as two suspects have been arrested in the murder of Jocelyn Nunguri. As we're hearing more about this, as a second suspect in this murder had his first court appearance earlier on today. I want to put up this tweet right now from our Fox 26 team, Jonathan Mejia, saying this suspect appeared in court. A judge set his bond at $10 million. We want to be joined now on the ground by Jonathan Mejia. Jonathan, thank you so much for joining us here on Live Now from Fox. Maybe what did we more learn today during this hearing there with the suspects?
Yeah, so we learned that the second suspect, Johan Martinez, was the one who tied up Jocelyn, and he had told his co-defendant, Franklin Peña, to throw her body into the bayou to get rid of DNA. Now, we also saw how the family reacted to those shocking details, disturbing details. They lashed out. One family member lashed out to Martinez, calling him a murderer and wishing death upon his two children. Johan Jose Martinez Rangel was in court Tuesday morning. His bail was set at $10 million, despite his lawyers making a case to have it reduced to $500,000 and making it known he has two children, ages 2 and 5. Although both suspects were given a bond, they would not be free if they posted it because Immigration and Customs Enforcement, or ICE, has put detainers on them with no bond. Megan Long, the lead prosecutor, shared with the judge how Martinez told police he was the one who tied up Jocelyn and suggested Peña throw her body in the bayou to hide DNA.
It's especially difficult when you're dealing with the loss of a 12-year-old child who had their whole life ahead of them. So this will be a very emotional case for us as prosecutors as well as the family.
The prosecutor says Peña also admitted to kissing Jocelyn, but said it was Martinez who did everything else. A sexual assault kit was performed on her body, but results are still pending.
We would present any facts and evidence that we have towards that to a grand jury for them to possibly indict this under a different type of capital murder for possible underlying sexual assaults.
Authorities have Martinez's cell phone, where they say they found evidence of him looking up for ways to flee the country. Long says this will be an emotional case for both her team and Jocelyn's family.
It's always very emotional for us as prosecutors because with every family you meet, you see your mother, your aunt, your cousin in every case. And so it's always very difficult.
So the family will have a private viewing with Jocelyn tomorrow, Wednesday, and on Thursday there is a public funeral held for Jocelyn. I'm reporting live in downtown Houston. Jonathan Miguel.
All right, Jonathan, thank you.
I like that the city is going to get a chance to publicly mourn that little girl. So many of the community came forward to try and help and do vigils and, you know, try and send in tips on who it might have been. And what a horrible, horrible case to even think about that little girl. And the fact that guy, the friend or whatever, oh, I didn't do anything but kiss her. And then, you know, that other guy did everything. Well, buddy, we have a thing called DNA, and it is real good at figuring out if you're full of crap or not. If you did anything to that little girl, they will find it. I've seen what they take samples of from, you know, SA victims, and you think it's just like a couple of swabs in you know, the lower places. They swab everything. They swab her hands, her mouth, her nose, other intimate areas, you know, everywhere. They want to find out if you touched her at all. And if you have, they will upgrade your charges so fast it'll make your head spin. You will be getting some sort of aggravator or you know, extra charge where it'll make it a capital case, like instantly. They are not gonna they're not gonna do a crap job on this. I don't know if you guys could hear that. Sirens someone is either dying or needs to be arrested. Yeah, they can. I think they can only do a capital murder case. Hey, stop that. They can only do capital murder case in Texas if it's got an aggravating factor. So it has to have a sexual assault element or with a weapon, something like that in the commission of a violent crime, that type of thing. You got to have that on there. So if they get the R word kit back and it's got DNA from a mixture of male sources, including both of them or something, they'll both get the upgrade on the murder charge. There you go. Do you get eaten by mosquitoes? By the way, oh, why did I forget that? Here. By the way, Cheetah No More used the super chat function. I really appreciate it. Cheetah No More says, I am always so happy when we make it to chat. Thank you to you and Mr. Cheetah No More. I hope you guys are doing well and thank you for supporting the channel. I appreciate it. No death penalty right now, I don't think. Right now it's just a murder case, but they get that test back and it's positive and they can link it to them. It'll upgrade to a capital case. So oh, isn't that nice? You made her month. Right, committing murder during another felony. Yeah. Kidnapping? Did they give them a kidnapping charge? Hold on. Hold on. Where is it? Jocelyn Nagere. Uh-huh. Here. It says, little Jocelyn fought back against her attackers after she was lured under a Houston bridge and assaulted for 2 hours, leaving scratch and bite marks on one of the illegal migrants who is accused of killing her. They said Johan, who's a 21-year-old, still has the marks Jocelyn left on him when he was arrested, Assistant DA Megan Long said in a Harris County court. They said the other one, who was 26, Franklin, told cops he tried to convince Martinez to stop, but he allegedly refused, climbed on top of the girl, and strangled her to death. I'm glad she tried to fight for her life. I mean, they're both scumbags, so. They said, however, they said that they had to finish what they started as he covered her mouth. Oh my God. The chilling details come as Harris County Court Judge Josh Hill set a $10 million bail for Martinez, is it Rangel, labeling him a likely flight risk. Well, they're both flight risks, right? They came over the border illegally, and at least one of them rang his boss to ask for money to skip town. That boss rang in to the police to tell them what he knew. The other one got across the border the same way. So if they knew they were on the hook for either old Sparky or, 25 years to 50 years to 80 years in jail, what do you think they're going to do? They have no ties to the Houston area. They were going to flee. They already showed they wanted to run. It was lucky the cops got them before they could get some resources to get out of town. But let me check out their charges. Hold on. I can't remember what they got charged with. I know it was murder, but here, Franklin Ramos. Let me check. Oh, they did get charged with capital. Thought it was, they must have, don't know if they had that the other day or I just missed it. But here, there is one of 2 men charged with capital murder in the girl's death. Prosecutors told the judge Monday that the other man tried to flee Houston after the girl's killing. They said they are both from Venezuela and that they crossed the border illegally. I'm just trying to see here if they added any other charges. Here. Says the capital murder charges they both face are not death penalty eligible, but if additional DNA testing or other evidence shows the victim was sexually assaulted or kidnapped, the death penalty would be possible. Well, I don't know. Do you count being taken under a bridge and, you know, R-worded to be kidnapped? I think you could make that argument, but it doesn't matter. They should be able to get it on the SA. So this will end up being a death penalty case in the end. I don't think anyone would settle for any less in this particular murder anyway. You think the kidnapping will be the easiest? Okay. I reckon they'll get him for the SA pretty easily. I reckon at least one of them is full of crap that he only kissed her. Come on, buddy. You're a big boy. You're able to be a big boy and murder a 12-year-old? You're a big boy to be able to tell everyone in the court, in front of all the people, what you did. Okay? You don't have to hide it because everyone knows she's dead. You're screwed either way. So stop with this. I just kissed her. Sure you did. Sure you did. I don't believe you for a second. Don't believe you even for 1 millisecond. That all you did was give her a kiss. All right, buddy. Ain't no one buying that. Like, what are you going to do? What did you just sit there? Watch your friend? Did you? Yeah, watch your friend, and you're like, oh, I don't want it. I don't want to do any of that. Sure. Don't believe you. I think they'll both get done with the SA when we're all said and done. I think they're doing what the cops call minimizing. So often these people, especially in high level crimes like this, they will minimize their involvement to try and get the least amount of charges. It's a human instinct, right? They're saying that that's what all criminals they tend to do. They tend to minimize their involvement until proven otherwise. Kissing without permission, it's at least SA. It's a type of SA. Yeah, no one is buying it. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Otherwise, what were you both doing? Dragging her under a bridge. And if you didn't touch her, then why didn't you help her escape from your friend? Why didn't you be the one who helped her if you didn't do anything? Why did you watch your friend, you know, do that horrible crime and then strangle her? Sorry, I was losing my voice for a second. It's still been a little croaky since I was sick a couple of weeks ago. Um, yeah, I don't know how you could build the defense for this. I don't get it. What are you going to say? I was there. I saw my friend do it all. And then the prosecution will go, "Well, why didn't you step in and help?" I was scared. Scared of what? Oh, he was a very nasty guy. He might have killed me. What do you mean? She wasn't even dead yet. Oh, what? Have you watched him kill someone before? No. Then why did you think he was going to kill you? So they will pick apart his bullcrap very easily. It's all right. It's not too bad. It seems to come and go a little worse than it was before I got ill. look at that evil look. Hey, that's you can use your own imagination there, but I agree with the paper. There's a paper in Texas that says this crime and these particular two people are just going to flashpoint the immigration and racial issue like crazy. Apparently, it's going to be pretty bad surrounding this particular case. Yeah, too much kissing. I followed Trisha's lead. I went to CrimeCon and I kissed all the hot reporter women. That's what I did. Just as you made me say that, I had to cough. Yeah, so they were saying that this is going to be a real flashpoint issue over the next, however long, uh, until they can get everything done. But I will say that that poor little girl did not do anything to deserve what happened to her. I've seen some people online saying, "Oh, she's smart enough to know that, she shouldn't be hanging around with older guys at night and that." She's 12. These guys are adults. Blame them. Don't blame the child. She's a child. She's allowed to make mistakes. We all made mistakes at that age, right? Luckily, we're alive. She's not alive. So blame the two idiots who took her life. As much as I love Trish, I don't think so. Yeah, no, I don't think so. She's like a mum to me. I wouldn't. No. She's not here. She's not here right now. She has no idea what I'm saying. So they make her sick when she goes away for the weekend? Yeah, I can get that. Betty Jean might do that. Potter, people online were saying that, oh, she should never have gone to 7-Eleven with them. Her mum taught her better than that. Like, how would you know? How would you know what her mum taught her? It doesn't matter what her mum taught her. She's 12. Just, you know, put your hand up in chat and on the replay. How many times you did something that your parents told you was a dumb idea? I can tell you I did it like 5.6 million times. 5.6 million times I did things they told me not to. Yeah, I know. I don't know why people are saying that about her. They make her the haunted items make her stay at home. I get it. Yeah, the boyfriend actually called someone when he realized that she was with adult men. Yeah, I don't think it was her. I think those two guys saw a vulnerable young girl and decided none of the local women our age want anything to do with us. But hey, here's a child. Let us get our gratification from a child because, why not? And that's what happened. You're a perfect child. You were one in a million, retired RN. Unfortunately, I was not. I was very naughty. I did everything I wasn't supposed to. I played with matches. I probably ran with scissors. I did all bad things. All right, let's get out of here. I think we're almost done. Let me just see if I've got anything else on my list. Like I said, I'm not going to do Karen Reed. If you want to do that, I'm sure there's other places for it. I didn't do any of the trials, so I don't really the only thing I know is that they're on verdict watch, that closing arguments were done today, and they're out on, you know, to find a verdict. All right, well, this is pretty weird. Hold on. I feel like we spoke about this, but okay. Let me see if I can find something on it. June 16th, okay. Interesting that most of what I can find is from different. Okay. We have to wait for the video to play. Football? Hey, football? Hey, all right. It says here a woman is facing several charges in the death of an infant she was babysitting in Pittsburgh, Shadyside neighborhood, as well as injuries to his twin brother. Let's see the alert.
Friend's infant twins has been charged with killing one of the boys and injuring the other. It happened this weekend in Shadyside.
And now she's in the Allegheny County Jail. Shelley Bortz is there and joins us with the details.
Nicole Verzi is behind bars here, charged with homicide after police say 6-week-old Leon Katz died while in her care.
Unimaginable, huh? Just terrible, and I feel so sorry for the family.
It's an unimaginable crime, yet police say it happened in this Shadyside neighborhood. 6-week-old twin boys, one killed, the other injured, at the hands of their babysitter.
They're so innocent that they didn't ask for this, and helpless. You just don't understand, why someone would have this in their heart. Terrible feelings. What would precipitate something like this? Cannot imagine. Cannot imagine.
Police were called to this apartment building on Walnut Street Saturday night for a report that a baby had fallen from a bouncer. The 911 caller was identified as 29-year-old Nicole Verzi, a friend of the baby's parents who was visiting from San Diego. She told investigators 6-week-old Leon Katz fell from the bouncer when she left the room to get him a bottle. Katz was rushed to UPMC Children's Hospital, where he later died from blunt force trauma to the head that caused a skull fracture. Doctors who treated Katz said his injuries were not accidental. Verzi's attorney, David Schrager, disagrees.
Our client was thrust quickly into a role of having to babysit a small child, and an accident occurred and that child died. And unfortunately, accidents do happen. And it's a sad thing, it's an awful thing, but it doesn't mean that someone's culpable.
According to the criminal complaint, the reason Verzi was watching Leon Katz Saturday night was because his parents had to rush his twin brother to the hospital for an injury to his genital area after being in Verzi's care earlier that day. Katz's twin brother was found to have scratches, bruising, and swelling.
I would ask the public to always listen to the facts and not jump to conclusions, and allow the facts to come out as appropriate.
Verzi is charged with homicide, aggravated assault, and endangering the welfare of children. Her bond was denied. Now, her attorney, David Schrager, tells me he will be working to modify that as time progresses. Reporting in downtown Pittsburgh, Shelley Bortz, KDKA TV News.
So another person hurting a child. I mean, says the woman is facing several charges in the death of an infant she was babysitting in the Pittsburgh Shadyside neighborhood, as well as injuries to his twin brother. Nicole Verzi of San Diego, California, is charged with criminal homicide, 3 counts of aggravated assault, and 2 counts of endangering the welfare of children. They said they were first called at 11 p.m. Saturday for a report that a 1-month-old boy had fallen from his bassinet and had a bump on his head. Oh, sure. Says police said tests showed the boy had severe skull fractures and multiple brain bleeds. An autopsy determined the boy died from blunt force trauma to the head. His death was ruled a homicide. Jeez. It says doctors determined the baby's injuries were the result of child abuse. The baby's twin brother was also examined and found to have scratches, bruising, swelling, and redness. Police said Verizzi told investigators that she fell asleep while the twin who died was in a bouncer seat. When she got up, she told police she went to get a bottle and came back to find him on the floor and screaming. Sure, you did. You know, we had a case like this in Australia. Hold on. Another, it wasn't Ronan Davies. Hold on. It was Chloe Murphy. Actually, I posted this on Twitter actually last week. It might have been under this same story. But this was Chloe Murphy. She died from severe head injuries in 2014 or something like that. Oh no. In 2010. 2010 she died. Babysitter allegedly. I'll tell you a little bit after why allegedly. They said doctors said the injuries were so severe they had only seen them in a car accident situation. They said the baby girl was likely shaken and thrown at a wall or furniture, suffering horrific injuries. And I tell you allegedly because the babysitter, Ketapat Jenkins, she was cleared by a court of wrongdoing, but the coronial inquest named her as the sole person responsible for the child's injuries. So there you go. She was let off by a jury, but the coronial court said, not so fast. We think you're the only person that could have done it to the child. Yep, she was let go. Those portals can be treacherous. Yep. So yeah, very sad. There's another photo of little Chloe, and they did have a coronial inquest where they said there was no one else that could have really hurt the child. So you see it in this case that we just saw from Pittsburgh, maybe might be similar. Hopefully this lady doesn't get off like the one in Chloe Murphy's, murder. They had photos of the twin up. I know, they're pretty cute. Where is it? Let me see. Let me see if I can find a photo of the babies. Oh yeah, here. Here's a photo of her and the babies that she's apparently allegedly harmed. She looks sort of like Amanda Knox. A little bit. She looks like Amanda Knox when she was arrested in Italy. Yeah, there's Nicole Verizzi and the Katz twins. There they are, little babies. They're only like, they don't even look like more than a few months old. They look almost like newborns. They don't look very old. It says 1 week's old, so they weren't very old when this was taken. The one on the left, he looks like the stronger of the twins too. This one, the one on the left, looks like the one who often when there's twins, there's a stronger one and a weaker one, due to the way the babies feed while in the mum, and he looks like the one that got more nutrients or something along the way. The other one looks like it maybe is going to need, would have needed more help. Like, apparently it'll sort itself out in the first year of their life, like while you're breastfeeding or bottle feeding or whatever, it'll eventually, figure itself out. But Yeah, it definitely looks like he was, like, the stronger one. Yeah, exactly. The other one just looks like it just needs a bit more tender loving care as he's getting a little older. But very sad that the one on the left passed away due to alleged abuse from the lady on the far left. That is disgusting, especially when a parent puts you in a position of trust to look after their children. I mean, we'll find out more about her in the coming days, I'm sure. Hey, guys and ladies, while we're just talking, let me see if this updates. What are they up to? What? I don't know what's going on, but someone is in some trouble down here because they've got our police force down here has two helicopters, one that looks like a cop car and one that looks like a military helicopter. And for some reason, the military helicopter is down here hovering over someone's home, about 10 streets away from my place. So I don't know I don't know what somebody has done wrong, but they've sent out the big bad boy helicopter to come and get them. It's right now I can hear it, but it's a bit far away. Don't know what they did wrong. No. What do you mean? You have to tick a box that says I'm 15 and older? Um, I mean, it's not gonna stop anyone. Yeah, it has the same livery as a cop car. Here, I'll show you. Hold on, my friend. Where is it? Here, I'll show you the difference. Alright. Alright, so this is the one that looks like a cop car because it has the same type of blue and white like livery or livery on it. And this is the big bad boy one. Where is he? There he is. The one that looks like a military helicopter. That's the one that's about 10 streets that way right now. I don't know what it's doing, but it's hovering over someone's property. It's real low too. It's hovering at 2,500 feet right now, and it is not moving. It is right above them, right above their home. I'll show it to you here. It's literally right above someone's place right now. It's not moving. It's just jumping around. So I don't know what they did wrong. Hey, bad boys, bad boys. What you gonna do? Hey, Snapcrackle, did you get moving? Did you get moving? Potter says they're both over Reservoir every night. It's a running joke. They're down here too. They come down the southeast every single night. Potter, do you ever see the plane? They have a plane too. Every night, not every night, but every few nights, they send out the plane too. And they have a plane and it just does loops over suburbs in Victoria. It just goes around and around and around and around for hours. And then it just does loops everywhere. I don't know I don't know what its purpose is, but it does something. I'm not gonna sing anymore. No singing. It's not a strip club. You can't throw dollars at people. Yeah, so there's that. So yeah, they've got 3 of them, I think. They've got that one, that's a new one, that's an Augusta. Yeah, actually you can see the photo there of all 3. This is the 3 they have. I think that's like, if I remember correctly, is that pole 31, pole 32, and pole 33? I think that's right. And yeah, you can see that big military style one in the middle. No idea why they decided to paint one a different color, but they were feeling fancy that day and they were like, "Hey, let's paint it beige like a military helicopter to scare our people that we're trying to protect." Oh, yeah. I've heard that that's not the joke. The joke is, did anyone hear that noise? Do you know that one, Potter? A lot of people in Reservoir will ask, did anyone hear an explosion or did anyone hear a loud banging noise? And people go crazy over it on Reddit. So funny. I watch it all the time myself. Yeah, Shivers Girl is good quality fun. Well, for some people. Let's see. Oh, they took off. Where are they off to now? They must have finished whatever they're doing and now they're taken off. They're taken off to somewhere else. Don't know, but whoever's house they were hovering over, I have never seen that here. Not just like directly on top. Normally they fly around in a circle. So whoever they were trying to get, they must have got. Rachel says, we are pretty rural here in Idaho. We finally got a helicopter last year. Hopefully it was a good one. Yeah. For some people, yeah. I don't know who it is. Someone. That's right. That's how we do things down here. We make jokes about everything, Potter. Everything can be a joke as if you're if you're good enough. All right, hey, it's real late. I don't even know what time it is. It's 20 past 3. We've been on almost 2 hours, so I am going to get out of here. Just let me double check something. Hey, Sean, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Sean sent in a donation. Sean, that is extremely kind of you. By the way, I have to do some more. I have to update our ending video for the week and add people's names in. So I'll do that tonight. It's been a long week already, so I will get that done tonight for everyone. So you can see the updated list tomorrow. Night, everyone. We'll be back tomorrow. Tomorrow there is no Parliament on, and I don't have any interest in whatever they're doing anyway. So I'll be back at 9. Today I really wanted to check what they were doing in that in the Senate and see what was going on while it was happening. So I took the night off. So thanks for that, and I'm sorry about that. But it's very important to me. So I really wanted to be there with some of my friends and support them during that time. So hey, I'll see you tomorrow night. Thanks, Sean and Cheated No More. I really appreciate it. Thanks for the super chat. Have fun, and I'm glad I make you two laugh at least once a night. All right, everyone. Bye bye. 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 Peace out. Bye. Bye. Have fun. Go to sleep. Do something else. Look for helicopters. Bye.